What if tomorrow the internet disappeared? No warning, no explanation, just silence? No Google, no banking apps, no Netflix, no YouTube, no Facebook, not even a simple email. Would you be able to function? The internet has become so deeply ingrained in our daily lives that it's difficult to imagine what life would be like without it. From waking up to brushing your teeth, everything revolves around technology. You turn on your phone to check notifications and plan your day. Maybe you read the news or browse social media for a few minutes before leaving the house. You might listen to music on your way to work while looking at your phone. Throughout the day, you use various apps and websites to do your job. You connect with colleagues via messaging platforms and video calls. And when you return home, you spend time with friends and family over online games or streaming services. Even shopping is done online. The internet is everywhere, and it seems like it always has been. But what if it suddenly disappeared? In this video, we will explore what would happen if the internet went down and how you could survive in such a situation. So stay tuned, because it's going to be one hell of a ride. Day 1. Lost in the information superhighway. Imagine you're going about your daily routine, completely oblivious to the fact that everything is about to change. You turn on the TV, grab your phone and start browsing through social media posts. You check the weather app, which tells you it's going to be a beautiful sunny day, perfect for an outdoor activity after work. As you get ready for work, you listen to some music, but something doesn't sound right. There's no background music. The radio seems to have gone dead. It must be a technical glitch. You switch to another station, but it's the same story. Dead air. As you arrive at work, you notice people staring at their computers in disbelief. Their faces pale, eyes wide with shock. Has there been a virus attack? Someone important has died. You try to connect to the company network, but it's not working. The Wi-Fi is down. You dial the IT help desk number, but the call goes straight to voicemail. This isn't a drill. Something's wrong. You're trying to contact your wife, but her phone is off. Your best friend doesn't answer either. Are they at work? Is everyone ignoring their phones? You try calling your parents, but all you hear is a busy signal. You try again, but it's always the same result. You check your phone's battery, signal, and data connection. Everything seems normal, but you still can't reach anyone. And that's when panic starts to set in. Hours pass, days go by, and you're still unable to connect with anyone. People have been gathering in large numbers at strategic locations throughout the city, hoping to find a place with internet access or cellular connectivity. However, these efforts have been futile. You find yourself feeling helpless and alone. What did you do? Why are you not able to connect with loved ones? What happens next? If you've ever experienced an internet outage, you know how frustrating it can be. But imagine if it happened for an extended period. How long could you cope without the internet? In today's hyper-connected world, it's hard to imagine life without the internet. We rely on it for almost everything from banking to shopping to staying connected with friends and family. When it goes down, it can feel like the end of the world. But in reality, it's just a temporary inconvenience. Unless you have enough supplies to last you several weeks or months, you need to get out of your home and head to the nearest town or city. But once you're there, what do you do? If the grid is still down, gas stations won't be able to serve customers and food supplies will eventually run out. If the outage lasts more than a few days, chaos will ensue. So let's say the internet has been down for about 2 weeks now. You've used up most of your food supplies, and your car is almost out of fuel. The quiet hum of generators fills the air as people try to make their lives a little more bearable. During the day, the streets are relatively calm, but at night, things change. The absence of streetlights turns the streets into a minefield of danger. Groups of people roam around looking for food, water, and other supplies. Some are desperate and will stop at nothing to get what they want. This is where things get difficult because there's a lot of people who will take advantage of the situation. There will be widespread civil unrest, looting, and rioting. Even worse, some groups may take up arms to protect their territory or simply to cause more havoc. It's survival of the fittest, and only the strong will survive. In the midst of all this chaos, you stumble upon a group of people who seem to be working together to rebuild society. They have a plan, and they're willing to help others. You join them, and together, you begin to piece together a new world without the internet. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly but surely, society begins to rebuild itself. People learn to live without the internet. They rediscover the joys of human interaction and the importance of community. They form local networks of support and work together to achieve common goals. They develop new skills and knowledge and become more self-sufficient. It's a long and difficult process, but ultimately, it's worth it. People realize that they don't need the internet to be happy or successful. They can forge their own path and create their own future. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is never going to happen. But trust me, it's more likely than you think. It's already happened before. Do you remember 2016, when a distributed denial of service attack took down major websites including Twitter, Spotify, and Netflix? It was one of the largest cyber attacks ever recorded, and it affected people around the world. It caused billions of dollars in damages and disrupted critical infrastructure. And it's not the only example. There have been many other cyber attacks that have caused widespread disruption and damage. For example, the NotPetya attack in 2017 caused over $10 billion in damages and affected businesses in over 60 countries. These attacks are carried out by hackers, organized crime rings, and even nation-state actors. They use sophisticated techniques to exploit vulnerabilities and cause chaos. If any of these groups decides to target the internet infrastructure, it could cause a massive outage. And it's not just hackers that pose a threat. Natural disasters, power outages, and equipment failures can also cause widespread internet outages. For example, in 2013, a single faulty circuit breaker caused an internet outage that affected over 8,000 users in Virginia. It's important to be prepared for the worst-case scenario, and that's where you come in. Let's say the internet went down today. What would you do? Where would you go? What would you eat? How would you defend yourself? It's important to have a plan in place and to be prepared for any eventuality. Let's go back to the present and talk about what you can do today to prepare for a world without the internet. First and foremost, you need to be self-sufficient. This means having enough food, water, and other supplies to last you at least 3 weeks. You should also have a backup power source, such as a generator or solar panels. In addition, you should have a plan in place for staying safe in an emergency. This includes knowing how to defend yourself and your family if things get violent. Finally, you should have a communication plan in place. This is essential in the event of an internet outage. You need to know how to communicate with your loved ones and neighbors in the absence of cell service or internet. You might want to consider getting a ham radio license so you can communicate with others using shortwave radio. It's also important to disconnect from the internet every now and then. This will help you to break free from its clutches and be better prepared for a world without it. It will allow you to develop important skills and knowledge that could be useful in an emergency. It will also give you a chance to reconnect with the real world and the people in it. So if the internet goes down tomorrow, you need to be prepared. But don't worry too much. Just take some precautions and you'll be fine. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe